Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming and participating. Thank you, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Thank you also for participating. Taxidelis. Thank you. Thank you. We do about a few minutes silent meditation, and then we start with from opening prayers. We start with opening prayers and with 7-line prayers. Okay? And in this Palm Beach Dharma Center is the page 7. We start from this yellow booklet. Start with the 7-line prayers. Okay. I'm Poem Aum Bendranger Ave Maside Poem Aum Bendranger Ave Maside Hoy ma ahoy benderang abe ma se de hong hong benderang hong benderang abe ma se de hong benderang abe ma se de hong The lineage prayers, according to this booklet, page 11. 11 lineage prayers. Summon the brother, Vajar Sato, Brahma Vajar, Kiri Sangha, Brahmakara, 25 kings and subjects. So, Soro, No, Nyan, and 107 others. Lama, Sudakama, and the 10 lineages, Chuya, inseparable from origin Pema symbol, Supreme Lord with hundreds of Buddha families. To you, Tsakon Lungpa, the supreme object Buddha holders, the Vedara stages, so that I may remain inseparable from you. In the past, you were the Vedara, Nudi Dorje Sa. In the future, you will be the Buddha. Now you are the regime, the Pema symbol, actual presence. I pray. Happy with the letter, content and the rich in the jewel of the eternity, with the loving compassion, seeing all beings as parents. Through threefold realizations, you met three doors, three wedges, virtues among Pema to you I pray. The supreme tradition of the glorious Buddha Pema symbol, which is the essential external view of the doctrine of the early ancestral schools. You keep life and the spiritual life of the wisdoms. Lord of Dharma, great Khenpo, I pray to it, Lord. May Dharma Dhatu, he wisdom about all Buddhas of three times. We can shift so higher my mind. We pray to the Honorable Guru. Glorious Guru Teacher, precious one, dwell on the Lord seat in the crown of my head. Hold me your great kindness, and bestow the commonest body, speak the mind. Now we continue Vajrasattva practices. Homage to the Athagata, glorious Vajrasattva. Om Bendrasado Samaya, Manu Balaya, Bendrasado Denoba, Titano Membava, Sukhayo Memba, Sukhayo Memba, Rayata Sarva Karma Sudhame, Sadam Chiriyan Guru Hong Ha Ho Bhagat Sarvata Tanga Dambendra Mimun, Vendra Bama Samaya Sato Om Bendra Sato Samaya Mana Balaya Bendra Sato Teno. Titangero me bawa, Sukhayo me bawa, Sukhayo me bawa, Anara me Siddhi me prayata sarva krama sutame etam shriya guru hong ha ho bhaga sarva tatanga tam bendrama mima bendrava maha samaya sat o om bendra satu samaya mana balaya bendra satu teno Tira do membawa, Sukti Kayo membawa, Sukti Chayo membawa, Anara membawa, Sarvasidi Mebroya, Sarva Karmadut, Ame, the Victorian Guru, How Bhagav. Sarvata Tangadam, Bendaramamimun, Bendarabama, Samaya Sado, Om Bendrasadum, Zadum, Zadum, we continue. Soye biju soye me do da re ro ling ye nye de jem ban de soye ye yen de me de bro wa ye endo ga nam da yen da yo bara yo edam guru re nam da Kendriya da ya me simje nam je samba dai lo ye se da je dara che chung de mo in de ba ye je je ang korolo korodo so back to English. The earth is anointed with the perfume of the according to Right, I had young Rajam Susha, the God in the moment, but they did call them to potential. Well, my child, don't care about him, but one is to just in yellow one day, the good, and you one on you, by some what are done on it, and the Ladama days is a brother and you love the don't go to in your mother. Sorry, Lambo, our Javago, you lost on the lawyer, you Ranam Donam, you know him, and then some up in Manjun, shall give in the so yet about them. But just on those are good genius, or can't you buy him? You got it, you can't teach him, so I lost on the age of you know when. Jimmy, you know, you do him, Kuntuzangpo Practice, Jimmy Muhammad, Allah, and the end of Maling, the members of him, so we go watching the Juju. And the Masha Jevo, him, when you want to lose one day, to some Jarok, or Jedi, and then I'm young college. As I don't know, the Dorje, Pema, you know, last one day is on you, some batches, some digging, car, Jadra. That's what I've done, and they have it was on the way of Lazor, the Chugunya Manja, you know, around a cost, but that's over, the Dom, Gomo, Longi. The Mother Yavla one day, and I was in a kangaroo as in the lawn of Santa Cruz, and Jamma Paja, Rodoja, and Walla, one day, and Jerry, and Alumbo, the property on the Yokogun, about someone and the road. Long by your loss, one day, you just don't get you. I think it's a long wall, also one is what you made. Tatan November Yellow, you don't come general, I did the head of me, also you to them do also long here now. You went long by your loss one day, so that you was a boy show, another to put on the shower, as some of the honor. Jimmy John Golas or one day, and Yamarza number, the just as I called the nip and Mandawal, and you don't go lost one day, you are going to the Raja. Kajava Makajava, Domination Jimala Sura, and they are Yamri Jonas and of Yagumbalo, neighborhood. Tojim the Jazama and Jarama and Jala Sura, and the Eamons and the Rama, the Kimeba, Tayashap, Tata Pigeon Jarno, Jurai Dorje La Sura, and the Hangayan and Angara, Gumbato, Owing Toba. Sanjay Jansan, Jurai Dorje La Sura, and there of Jas of Jing, and the Gosanjam or Rome. Not on the hand on the heavy, each of the land, Jody, Dojo, Jimmy, the thing, young,
Ayara kumbang doyen wa madara yola surwa de parti sanje bemme arang lo jo ngaja dorje nyubu daru samji yero na wara je be ngaji ji yola surwa de yonde sanje konde nyana ye kati sanje kone lakwe Savalame yola surwa de dasondo lo na chula joro nelo tokwa jevara sanji yolo tukwe da ju tro aten tukye yenju tro Brasea dondeng demba she jebde lame sanji yolo lo chuzo ndora sanji lo chulam da ndora sanji Nantro dora sanji lo prane yavara sanji labda zoro kanda sabje dong enjekti no hibderke lomar jerba kanso Tadro dombe juje jerme je sebrando ba tamje ndandu ike like dang lo dang nomji ke rum da dang me kena Doha gunje he dana jeta ba tamji ge da ge chudin indo sadu dang hara janda chinji emji yarso me bu shawara jila Semje namje he don da damje na tamba namje nim to dardo zoro semje namje don da damje na tamba namje nim to dardo zoro semje namje don da damje tamba namje nim to dardo zoro jorwa gunje dambe chuni jeng sanje joba kondo naora zango joba nambra juwa ye mahon karba kondo jibro hubji sanje semje rumbo che maji ban achi Jiba nyamba me ba ye kone konde be wara sho. Okay, thank you everyone. Everyone here. That's one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much everyone again for participating and having this opportunity to be together as discussing a little bit about the Dharma that according to my capabilities and share and some degree inspire to each other. So I myself too, and as well as you, since we all following the teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, as well as Guru Pema Sambhava, and then lineage masters who are continually carried the teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, who came 2000 about 600 years ago. He came, he shared the necroleg teachings, which is completely based upon the peaceful, non-violence, respect and appreciation to all the living beings. And also he mentioned that every living being has the same nature. There's no difference between human beings or animals or anyone. We have the same basic natures. There's no difference at all. But yet, of course, we're all having different experience, going through different challenges. That is what really how we are. And therefore is divided into 6 realms, or 6, all the different levels of the beings. And it is all not just created by someone, but it is display and a creation of the one's own activity that reflecting back to us as like dream. No one is creating dream to us while we're dreaming. It's our dream. We created, we dreaming, we experiencing, we are again analyzing, we kind of sorting out all that. So it's the same thing. That's what the gracious teacher said. Said that. So today, again, we follow the teaching of the gracious teacher, and therefore, always in the teaching, emphasize how to correcting or reactivating the motivations. Motivation is our mind, your mind. Because the Dharma is the practice, and the Dharma is all based upon the mind, not outside anything. It's our mind, your mind, my mind. So if we like to make this Dharma practice as nice and beautiful and beneficial to me and to as well as other beings, then let's start with our mind. Mind is the starting point of our journey of the whatever we like to take. Journey where we like to go to the beautiful, peaceful, smooth, and rewarding Or journey we like to take, we don't care. Maybe we don't really like, but maybe we don't care too much. Whatever the situation, I don't want to do anything. Let's go with this mind. Let's do what mind decided. If we do that, then what mind will decide? That is what we're going to talk to them, to a little bit about mind. Our nature of the mind, our nature and everyone's nature is so beautiful, so nice and beautiful, pristine, clear, and rich, and really beautiful according to the teaching of the great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni. But its nature of the mind is neutral, openness, like sky. There's no different restrictions in this and that. Whatever reflecting from the mind, then if we follow with that, most of the time we human beings or we live sentient beings following the way the reflection of the mind started with our own habitual patterns. Habitual patterns, then we follow. And that way, then what? When we follow it that way, it really distracted ourselves more externally. All externally. What that means externally? We're more distracted by the five sensorial objects. Sensorial five objects. What are those? The object of eye, our eye, is forms. We are more attracted with the object of the ear, is like object of the sound. We're more attracted or we kind of following with the sound. Then object of the nose is a smell. And object of the tongue consciousness is a taste. And the body is touch. So those are known as five senses objects. Those are we are operating. Then the mind senses is called the sixth sense in Buddhism. First five are the external operating. Mind sense is operating inwardly whatever the experience we got from the five senses, the mind is deciding. The five senses are only on the present. They don't have capability to judge of the past. They don't have capability to judge the future. And only the present. The mind, the sixth consciousness, that has a capability of the perceiving the past, perceiving the future, and as well as the present. So we are completely distracted externally all the time, mostly. Maybe I will say 80%, 90% we distracted or attracted externally. Among that, when we extracted what we like most of the time, we are completely like what we like to please. The pleasing forms, pleasing sound, pleasing smell, pleasing taste, pleasing touch. That's what really we like all the time. And we completely against it with the opposite of that, unpleasing. Then we made big divisions between pleasing and not pleasing. Who made that? Not by the eye, not by the ears, not by the nose and the tongues and the body consciousness. It's by mind. Mind decided. And mind did, and that's what we follow. So we are all externally, really kind of attracted externally. And when we look to that how much time we spend to pursue of the pleasing things, or trying to also disregard the not pleasing things, trying to that is in Buddhism called hope and fears. We continually continually follows and challenged by the hope and fears. So we following this, what we like to please or get, trying to get that and get just really that every time we spend, whatever time we born, take the birth, time we leave this world, we just really following that most of the time. And then become up and down, all that. So all spending time externally most of the time. That is also so easy for us because our habit patterns. We don't have to make force. We don't have to make joyful effort for that. It's natural flowing. Without any effort, spontaneously we follow it. Just like to do. But then when you're thinking of that activity, what we do, it's not just really like only duration of while we're living here on this planet. Maybe we live 80 years, 60 years, 90 years. Maybe that. Longest maybe 90 years or 95 or 100. That is. So all that activity what we did, externally following and trying to kind of make the comfortable that place that our mind, if I use the simple word or other word we call ego clinging, self-important, self-centered mind trying to please that. We've been working for that. Well, we're working that even 100% or 80%, 90%, we spend time for that. We're not always fulfilling that goal. Not everything so smooth. Not everything so comfortable. Not everything is coming according to our desires. That happened. And then it's all, so many things go up and downs and all that. But that is not only the life. That is not only the mind. According to Buddhism, there's a more deeper meaning of the mind, deeper nature of the mind, but we don't really pay attention. We always look into, as I said, you think, I'm not just saying that, you think how much I spend the time, what we're discussing now, in my life until now, spend the time. And we don't think any kind of other things. But other side of the mind is called then practicing. Practicing Dharma. The practicing Dharma is not something strange things that we are trying to apply to our mind. Practicing Dharma means bring out the natural beauty of our richness of the mind. Our kindness, our compassion, our joy, our appreciation, our happiness, peace, respect, and stay calm and peaceful. And where? To the present state of the nature of the mind. But how much we do that? If we really think ourselves. This is not what I said. It's not alien, not strange, not dogma, not something that I'm talking different things. That is what in the Buddha's teaching, the great teacher Buddha teach, touching to your own treasures. You're revealing that treasure. This treasure, never, if we develop this treasure, never going to leave us when we depart from this world. This treasure will stay with us, according to Buddhism, throughout the lifetimes. But treasure wealth we accumulated with all so many hardships, so many emotions, so many conceptions and challenges, that only stays while we are here. If that happened, is great. Also, there is so many things happened. What great Master Shantideva said, the wealth is always challenges, always supposed to read hardship of the togetherness of the external world. Second, always challenge of the to maintain of what you gathered. Third is always trying to increase that. And the fourth is to protect that. Again, if there's some others are going to take away. So this is 4 different challenges. Besides, of course, the emotions and all the thought. And then, as it stays until we live on this earth, that's considered good, but not many times. Look to that read, so many people, so rich, so powerful. But yes, something happened and they completely changed. That happened so many times. It's nothing unusual. But the treasure, what we developed according with our own nature of the mind, with our mind, such as I said, calmness, peaceful, joy, appreciation, and contentment, relax. That wealth never going to leave us. It will stay, but also it will explore more. When you have more joy, it will bring more joy. Not just that joy you got what you started. It more. And when you start with the loving kindness, the love that you started is not just a stay, it multiplies. It increases. And the compassions, and the appreciations, understanding, wisdom, thoughtful, common sense, sensible, and practical. All those will come. And beautiful, really, it all comes so beautiful, perfectly. So therefore, why we need to practice this? Because we carry the force of the externally and continually carry it with that, then it's not coming easily. Therefore, we need practice. Even is our own treasure. Because we ignored. We ignored why? Due to the ego clinging. Ego clinging, thinking I'm doing the best with the ego. And then we kind of completely carried by with that. Ego brought more ego. And self-important brought more self-important. And self-centered mind brought more self-centered mind. And more, then becomes strong and strong, regiment, and tense, and dark, and ice, and cold, and then uncomfortable. No matter whatever you do to the ego, never say the ego is, we say, enough. That is really the true stories. That you can ask that. So therefore, this really like this. So therefore, since we carry force with the externally, therefore, our own nature, the treasure, beautiful nature, never left us, but we need practice. What is best? Practice needs courage, commitment, loyalty. Like this is your friend. You're not practicing and doing those joy and appreciation, trying to please someone, trying to the favor of the others. When we do practice joy and appreciation and loving kindness, compassion, all simple word in the Mahayana Buddhism, bodhicitta, which is what helps to fundamentally, help to ourselves, yourself. You become more stronger, more calmer, or we become more calmer, more peaceful, more loving, more courage and commitment. We become really strong, and we become the bodhisattvas. Gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni named the practitioner of the who carried the wisdom and the compassion combined together, the one who practiced that individual is named bodhisattvas. The one practices love and compassion and wisdom together. 3 together or 2 together. What that means? 3 together is loving kindness, compassion, and wisdom. And 2 together, compassion, and love, wisdom. Three together. One who combined that together, as united together, and practicing that practitioner is called bodhisattva in the Sanskrit world. In Tibet, it is called Sangha. If I translate it in English, courageous one for the enlightenment. Courageous one for the enlightenment. Not a timidest for the enlightenment. Courageous for the enlightenment. To get enlightenment, to discover our treasure of our own nature of the mind, we need courage. We need commitment. We're not sensitives. We're not going to expect, oh, somebody says, how nice, so nice you're practicing. Your practice is so good. I'm so happy you're doing good. You've been so good for. But that if we're waiting for that word, our ego is still dominating. Ego is manipulating. We become so sensitive. If we got that, thought, and then we become what's called demon is controlling you. Not the demon, something outside with a big eye and a strange looking, all that. No, not that demon. But this ego demon is really controlling now. Even your practice, but turning your eyes, trying to be nice with that. And then you not become the courageous ones of enlightenment. You become timid, sensitive, and kind of always waiting something. Good things that please the ego, please yourself. So therefore, this is what really true. And then quite few Sangha members mentioned that I should throw something because this is challenge time, and should throw. So that's what I'm talking about. Is really, that's what the really teaching said that. And then for that also, I thought really follow me the great master Lung Chinpa teaching, and this is the. Many of you already have this book in English. It was translated. Words, my perfect teacher, or many also is translated some other terminology, Kumzang, Lam, Shalom in the Tibetan. So you have that, but I'm going to read from there one verse, and then I just go over each of those with the stories. Also, I'm going to tell the stories of these different things. So stories. So now, first of all, the practitioners, and we are practitioners, and we in samsara. We are where we are. We are not in the Pure Land. We are not in the Sukhavati, the up in Tamas Pure Land. We are in the samsara, really samsara. But this samsara where we call the human realms. According to gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni, this human realm is the best realm for the practitioners. If you like to really have gained realization, this is the best. Why? Because the three lower realms are not good, comfortable, or suitable for practice because they have so many challenges, so many sufferings. Maybe you heard the name three sufferings, the big major sufferings in the Buddhism, highlight and pointing out that suffering after sufferings, and then there's called changeable sufferings. Then there is third is known as pervasive sufferings or low-laying sufferings. So suffering, changeable suffering, low-laying sufferings. And I will tell you, the three lower realms are suffering of sufferings. They have so many sufferings, one after another, according to the teaching. And what are those three lower realms? The hell realms. Realm, I'm talking as REALM, I think. Realms, hell realms, has so many sufferings. And then hungry ghost realm, so many difficulties. Little lighter, little softer than the hell realm, but so much suffering. Constantly, not just once in a while. And then, animal realm. There's so many troubles. Also, animal realm is a little lighter to compare with the suffering of the hell realm and the hungry ghost realm, little better, but there's so many troubles. So therefore, called three lower realms. Lower, I think, lower realms. Why this called the lower realms? Because of the karma. Those people who born on those realms, they made a heavy karma with the negative emotions. And that's why they're going through all to cleansing. In one way they're experiencing, but the other way to cleansing their karmas. So called three lower realms. And then there is three upper realms. That means they did good karmas in the past, therefore they are upper realms. They have less troubles or suffering. And those three are, first one is human realms. Human realm, what suffering we have? Changeable suffering. Not all the time sufferings, but then occasionally comes big sufferings. Change, but basically we are be quite good. Not all the time suffering as three lower realms. And then there is two upper realms, or another two, and those are known as in Buddhism, Asura realms and God's realms. These two God realms, Asura and God's realm, they don't have the suffering of the suffering, also changeable sufferings. They don't have. But what suffering they have is low-laying undercurrents suffering. They didn't give up the suffering. They have suffering is ready to show up. It's not on the surface. So God's realms, those are called six realms. Among that six realms, to discover our inner treasures, three lower realms are so challenged and kind of like crushed by their own karmas, all sufferings. They really don't have any time to touch to their own treasures, nature of the mind. So that three lower realms is not good suitable places for the practices. Two upper realms, God's realms, Asura and God's realms, also not good, because they are so kind of like in the beautiful, everything is so beautiful, since they don't have that suffering, the kind of surface, active sufferings, so they're really so pleasures, beautiful, nice and happy. They're completely distracted by the pleasures and happiness and enjoyment. They don't have a time to do practices. We human realms, and the gracious teacher Buddha Shakyamuni said, the best realm that we have the good time and also we have challenging times, that is a perfect suitable practicing the Dharma. Is when you have the more challenging difficulty and you also know the peace and happiness, then those individuals have more courage and commitment, confidence, then they really can explore the ultimate joy and peace, happiness for themselves as well as benefit for the others. So all that this human realm is the best. But yet, in the human realm also, of course, has troubles. Every good practitioner, every courageous ones for the enlightenment, those all troubles are transformed for the better purposes. Most of the time, those enlightened beings, we call the great masters, enlightened beings, they all went through the different experience of or the challenges of the world or the samsara, this world, and then because of that, they really turned that situation to discover their inner treasures, inner natures. So that is about really that, and for that reason, I'm going to talk this Lung Khinpa's teaching here. Here's what it says. So what the good practitioner, what it does, the through the through the dispute and harsh conditions, I met the Dharma and I discovered the path of the liberation. So here Longchen says, thank for that harsh and challenging situations. Thankful. I'm so grateful for that challenges, that difficulties. So I'm so happy with that. And then next one is said that through all the different sufferings, went through got all the different sufferings, and because of that I met the Dharma, and now I achieved the ultimate unchangeable peaceful status. So thankful for that sufferings. And then through the obstacles and the malicious by the non-human beings, I met the Dharma, and now I become the fearless status. So thankful those non-visible beings, malicious by the non-visible being. And next one is all the different human beings hated me and take the advantage from me, and because of that, I met Dharma, and now I'm completely got the perfect, happy, and permanent peaceful. So thankful all those harsh conditions, difficulties from those human beings. And then next one, bad circumstances. All the bad circumstances, so many bad circumstances, I met the Dharma. Because of that, I met the Dharma, and now I achieved the ultimate unchangeable status. Also thankful all those bad conditions, bad circumstances. And then next one, through the encouragement of others, I met the Dharma, and now I discovered the heart essence of the meaning of the realizations. So I'm so thankful to those who encouraged me, and now I dedicated all my merits to all those beings, and now because of you all, I achieved this realization. So this is, I'm just translating roughly, gross level. Is in the world, if you like to look, is the world of the perfect teaching in the toward the end of refugee teachings. Now I go over each of those little bit stories. The first one is so many kind of like persecutions and harsh conditions. Because of that, I met the Dharma, and I achieved the path of liberation. And now, of course, generally you all know this. It's not something different that mysteries. But if I tell the story, is truly happened stories. That this is again in the Buddha's time. This first one. In the Sharasta, that is a very famous civilized city that time in India. Really, very famous Sharasta. And also great teacher Buddha Shakyamuni stayed in that area over 20 years. It's called the Jeta Grob, and he stayed there over 22 years. Stayed. So and in that place, so Buddha is sitting there, and there is one family, and his man and a woman, and a born as like Brahma family clients, but yet is very poor, really not rich, poor. They had 7 daughters, not the son, no sons, 7 daughters, And all the 7 daughters able to marry it. They married it. So now the 2 couples, and his name was Brahma Chintelo. Chintelo in the teachings, the Chintelo. They both stay, that is the wife, and they both stay. Wife is always very harsh to her husband. Her husband, and always kind of criticizing, and all the time, really kind of arguing all the time. So she feels so uncomfortable always. Now the 7 daughters with their husband is coming, visiting for their kind of some degree an anniversary, whatever, coming to the parents' house. These 7 daughters and also these 7 husbands are not really nice to the father, and he always kind of like criticized and tormented by himself. Now around that time, he had to plow his field, but he don't have ox. So he asked his friend and borrow the ox. So he borrowed the ox to plow in the farm. He started plowing his farm. While he's plowing the farm, during that time, then I'm sure it's taking few days, not just one day. Even they're poor, maybe they're taking few days. He lost the ox. Now he looked everywhere. He couldn't find the ox that he borrowed from the friend. So he really feels so sad. Now what I do? And if I tell to my wife, she will argue me. If I tell this, they know this, the 7 daughters and their husband knows, they will argue with me. And now I lost the ox, and what to do? I don't have place to go back there. Far distance, he saw Buddha is meditating that. He looked to him. And then this is really looks like he's meditating, sitting under the trees. He come closely and looked at Buddha. Buddha looks so peaceful, calm. And this old man, that Brahma Sintalo, looked to the Buddha, kind of at a distance, not closely. Looking, wow, how beautiful he himself. Looks like he don't have any worries. He don't have any worries of the losing the ox. He don't have the worries of the wife is going to criticize and arguing. He don't have any worries of the 7 daughters and the 7 husbands going to criticize. Really, he looks so peaceful, calm. So he thought that he's looking to the Buddha. And the Buddha knew, so immediately read his mind. And when he came to close, Buddha said, exactly true. I don't have farmland, and therefore I never borrowed. I don't have to borrow the ox, and I don't have wife, and they're not going to criticize. I don't have 7 daughters and a husband, and I'm peaceful, and I'm happy and peaceful. Wow, he said, I really looks like happy and peaceful. I wish I should have that. So if you want, follow. If you want to have peace like you, follow, then do that. What? This Brahma, the old farmer, said, are you sure I can do that? Of course you can do, he said. So then I really like to do. But I don't feel any comfortable and happy. The joy in the home is like like cemeteries, and my wife is just really constantly arguing. And the 7, they always criticize me. So I'm ready if you will accept me. Buddha said, yes, then you should join. So he really joined, and Buddha gave the teaching. He started practice. He got the realizations. So that's the story of all the harsh difficulty and the persecutions through that. Then this Tamze Chintelo got the realizations. So that's my first stories. And the second story is all the difficulties, challenges, troubles of the sufferings and got the realizations. The realization, unshakable realization forever. And I'm thankful for the suffering. This is really, again, true story in the Buddha's teaching. There is famous arhata, female arhata, known as Gautama Kimmum. Gautama Kimmum. She is a very famous nun, or the monk nun. Nun, very famous. She achieved the arhata. But where that happened is not simple. She went so much suffering. Really, so many suffering. This now you can read these things. I think maybe soon this 84,000 teaching they translated. You can read. It's just really unbelievable how much she got sufferings. And the story begins with there is two merchants. Wealthy merchant from Varanasi. Wealthy merchant from I think these days in Pakistan, but called the ancient term Donjo. In Tibet, translated Donjo area. There's two merchants. They met while they're doing businesses. They really become very good friends. So when the merchant from Donjo comes to the Varanasi area, this merchant stays in this Varanasi merchant, and they become very good friends. And this merchant from the Varanasi area, and when they travel and go to the donjo, and he goes that donjo merchant's house and stays. So they become really best friends. And they each other told how should make, as we are best friends, I like to maintain this friendship, relationship of us, even after we gone. And one meant that this, I think Varanasi, the merchant said that, and around that time, his wife is pregnant, got pregnant. He got pregnant. He said, "Hi, I have the idea how we keep the relationship, friendship, or connection, family connections. And now my wife is pregnant. Is my wife this pregnant is when she give the birth? If that is boy, and then your wife, when you pregnant, if they got the girl, then we married that, or other way, whatever that. So we really may arrange marriage. And other merchant that's idea is really good idea. We will do. So then really they decided that to do that. So Varanasi, the merchant gave the birth of a son. Moment this Donjo area merchant heard his brother, wife give the birth of the child, he bought a lot of gifts. This will be the future. My whatever this is, boys, son's wife or the husband, and so I'm going to take the gifts. So he really bought a lot of gifts traditional way to for the newly born boys. The bought and give that. And then the Donjo is also wife now got the same way pregnant and he gave the child, and the beautiful lady, beautiful young woman, but little skinny, but beautiful, really baby, beautiful, and so named Kimmum. Kimmum means in Tibet skinny or slim. So baby slim. Again, this Varanasi one bought so much gifts. So now they grown up around the age, around in the tens, according to the teaching. In the tens, they made big arrangement and they married. And now they're growing beautifully, and this both are now this baby, this Kimmo giving the birth of the babies. And traditionally they go to the parents' house, give the birth. So when they give the birth, birth, and then come back to the husband's house and stay there. They're really kind of enjoying, having a really good time, all that. And then she again started giving another birth, and then they went like to go to the parents, mothers, like her parents' place, and she give the birth, and now there's really coming nice and everything. Well, they're coming back on the road, there's a big, suddenly, really kind of weather is not so good. Weather is not good. They have to cross the river, and they trying to make the river and so much rain, and husband. Now she have the one young baby, and the other is like maybe 1 year or old or 2 years or whatever, really old. And then her husband, poor of them coming back to the husband's house. On the road, they met more that was called more weather, and more started raining. So the husband is that they thought they're going to make a little bit hot to protect the rain, and he went to collect some wood and the leaves, and during that moment, he was bite by the poison snakes, big poison snakes, and he died. He died right there. He died right there. And then he's waiting, the husband, but never came back. Come back and calling her name. Now she has a new baby, so she can leave the child and all that. She couldn't leave. And next morning, she searched, and not too far from. He died. First she thought she's laying down, and she howled, and she cried and cried so long. Now he died, so there's nothing can do. Now still he decided to go back to the husband's house. Now the water is really big. Water is very big. And now what happened, and so he can carry 2 babies same time to cross the river. And she carried the first, she thought, I'm going to carry the first newborn baby and leave. Oh no, first I thought I'm going to take the old one, which is 1 or 2 years old, and then leave other side the river and come back and take this, the one. And well, she's carrying that the baby and cross the river. And the middle of the river, when he arrived, and the folks came from the other side, and folks are trying to pick up her newborn babies. And he trying to return back to that, and throw that, kind of like he must be nervous, and he dropped the young baby, or young boy, or baby that maybe 1 year old, dropped on the river. And he just completely become so sad, really sad. Sad what to do now. And then he tried to come back there, and the folks grabbed and carried the baby. So now she lost both babies and husband is in that river bank. And still she came back to the family. And now she is really so sad, lost and all. And now I'm not going to talk more things. As he said, you can read there. But she got one after another so much challenges, so much troubles. One after another. Not just the end of the day, continually had troubles. And then she came through the kind of like, through her karma, she came close to Sharastas. And now she lost completely her mind. Troubles. And even she dropped her clothes. She's naked. She lost completely and sad. And also no food, no drink. And just really sad and suffering, all that. And somehow, through her karma and the blessings of Abli, by the blessings of Buddha, great teacher Buddha, she came close to the jet of grubs. And far away, Jeta groves, she saw the Buddha is sitting right in the middle of the big assembly and giving the teaching. At that moment, she gained kind of like conscious back, feel kind of just really kind of breathing, able to breathe. But yet she's so shy because she don't have clothes. Kind of like sitting with like this legs are like that and looking to the Buddha without the blanket. It's so calm. And the gracious teacher is all knowing, called in Buddhism omniscient. He sees everything clearly, but particularly who is ready to need help us. That moment, Buddha told Anand, take this cloth. Buddha gave his robes. Take this cloth, give to that lady Kemo, and ask her to come here, and I give the teaching to her. And so Ananda exactly listened to the Buddha and went, give the teaching, or gave the clothes, and asked to come. And she just thought, wow, kind of feel. And really, again, that gained kind of more energy and more inspired. And she put the robes around her and then came to Buddha. And the Buddha gave the teachings immediately because Buddha is not just giving the teaching with presumptions. Buddha know about their capabilities and their readiness, their mind, and their exactly what needed to. And Buddha gave exactly that teaching, and that right in that sitting moment, she got the big realization. Oh, gracious teacher, I got. You give me the birth. You give me the life. You now brought me from the hell realm to the heaven. So thankful. Now I will follow as your disciples. Please hold me. Buddha said, yes, yes, noble daughter, exactly it is. I will be your teacher. You follow my teachings. So then she practiced and meditated. Soon she became Arhataho. That's called Pema Drachomba Kimmo. So that is really the story of this. When you have the courage and the commitment and the perseverance, even challenge, difficulty, she got the realization, Arhathood. If she did that suffering, those things didn't happen, maybe she won't get realization. So really, this is what the teaching said this. So thank for all those sufferings. And then she started teaching to the nuns or the nun gatherings, assembly nuns. And occasionally she told her stories that what she went through to kind of like to practice the Dharma that. And many of those nuns, particularly there's called the 12 naughty nuns, they started really like kind of like teasing him many times, kind of picking up the hair, had those challenges, the difficult things, what happened. And so this also happened that one. So that is the second stories. And the third my story is said here, by the challenges of the non-visible beings or harming the malicious of non-visible beings, and that I'm ready to tell the story of the Gelom Panmo that you all know. I think many of you know, so I won't tell. But Gelom Panmo was born maybe around the 10th century, 11th century, around that time. And according to the teaching, he was very, very wealthy family born or even a king, and then she is so beautiful, so talented, and but yet she don't like to really get married and all that, and she joined with the, with the, with monasteries, nunneries, and she been practicing. But then, while she is practicing, she got the leprosy. Leprosy is, and the leprosy is in Tibet, in Buddhism, considered is a disease that related with the Nagas. Nagas, she lost all the limbs and all that, and then she had kind of isolated herself. And because that time there's no cure, so I mean that is something really very kind of like big diseases. So that, but then she because of that, she received the teaching, particular practice of the Chinese teaching, and she diligently practiced and meditated and Avalokiteshvara, and because of that, through the blessings of Avalokiteshvara, she become as. Then the completely those rehealed, all what lost, had lost the limbs and all those things by the leprosy, all come back and regain back those bones. And she saw the Jerezai exactly on the face to face, and she received the blessing from Jerezai. And the moment she behold the Jerezai, there is a very beautiful song that she made, which is called the Poptu in Tibetan Poptu, or praised by the pause. In each time, chant end of that, then praise in the po and the po ni jik tin gom bo la sam sa lo in jik tin la ma pa som na to ba po. That's it. And you do that practice. It really is a wonderful practice, powerful practice, healing practices, and mediatory practices, the practice for the world peace and peace. So that is like, I mean, the practices. And then all the muscle dame and through the heart and the challenges and obstacles through the human beings, I met the Dharma and thank for all that. That story, I thought to tell you a story of the Malarepa. Malarepa is, because become such one of the biggest the Buddhist achievement, realization of beings in the Buddhist histories or in the Tibetan Buddhist history, really big, because he had so much troubles. Is again through his aunt and uncles, and everyone took advantage of the poor Malarepa as a young boy, and his mother and the sisters. They take completely, even though they born as a wealthy family, or father was a very quite businessman and wealthy and everything. But then, I mean, I won't tell. And because of that, and the Malarepa gained the realization, become the Malarepa. How wonderful, how beautiful that. So that is about the Malarepas. And next one is, through all different circumstances, bad condition or bad circumstance, I met the Dharma. And that is so thankful for all those bad circumstances. And that is also, I thought, I mean, there's many other things too, but I thought to tell stories of the Buddha Shakyamuni himself. Buddha Shakyamuni himself, as of course, is like this going to become the Buddha and benefit for all beings. But according on the surface, relative level, Buddha was enjoying and in the palace with the queen, all the luxuries, every luxurious things that time available. Buddha has the best young princess. It's called the Siddhartha. Prince Siddhartha, enjoying everything, really all. And the father liked that very much. He liked to stay because some prediction or some omen readers or the palm readers, astrologers said when they was born, he could leave the kingdom, the palace, and then roam in the different places and become the great teacher. He said, father didn't like that. Father liked to stay in the palace and become the ruler there. So Buddha is completely surrounded by all that. Around the age 27 or around that time, but they didn't really know exactly that, but around that time, Buddha told his best friend and the best assistant too, and his like attendant called Dumba. Dumba, I like to go out of the city, out of the palace, prepare the chariot. And Dumba was his friend too, best friend too, and the attendants, and they also grow almost the same age. And Buddha, the Numba said, yes, sir, yes, sir. So he organized, arranged it, and went out of the gate in the city. When he went out of the city on the road, Buddha saw first time the old man, and he can stand up straight. He's completely bended and walking with the walking sticks and white hairs, and even can't move easily. And also not looking, complexions not looking. And that's the first time Buddha saw. Buddha said to Dumba, what is this? He said, sir, this is called getting old. Getting old, and this is become now old man. what this old man is just only for him or to everyone? Say, everyone, one day you will be like this too. He answered. And the Buddha thought, this is not really kind of pleasing outseen, and turned back the chariots. He went back. And the Buddha felt, wow, this world has these all troubles. Even though I'm surrendered with all that. I won't go about that thing. And then next day, he asked Buddha, to do again the same way. This time, when the southern gate went out. And the southern gate, when he went out, there is, again, one man is laying on the kind of floor, and many people are looking, helping, supporting, looks like. And the Buddha asked, what is this? And this Dumba said, this is the known called sicknesses. Now this is getting sicknesses, and he's sick, and he could be survive, he could be die, but this is sicknesses. And Buddha again said that this is the only him or to others. Everyone have the same thing. You will too. We all did that. And the Buddha turned back. And then that next day, when Buddha West Gate, in West Gate, same way, then Buddha saw the dead bodies, and carrying by the dead body with the relatives. In India they do, and many loved ones are going with that, and many are crying and making so many different kind of melancholy sound, and just again Buddha so then just Buddha that's it. Same answer, same question. The next day, Buddha went to the north gate. In north gate, Buddha saw beautiful, the kind of wearing beautiful robes, yellow robes, and it looks like so happy and so peaceful and full of really kind of like now, no, like looks like warriors. Buddha asked, what is this? This is called monks who left the world, and now they're pursuing the peace and happiness. Wow, that looks so beautiful. And then Buddha returned back. And then because of those old situations, Buddha left the palace age 29 and reached enlightenment age 35. So that is really story of the all different conditions are happening this day. And next one is by the encouragement I met Dharma, and I'm thankful to all those who met encouragement. That is then so many people, so many are really encouraged by that in the ancient time or in the Tibet, those old, most 25 disciples of Guru Pema Sambhava encouraged by the King Tsong Devti and the different friends to become the practice and meditate and study Sanskrit and all that. And they started meditating, such as the great translator Vairocana, and get enlightenment and become the Buddha. So this is what the samsara has offered, and even though it is so many things happening, but if we have the courage and the commitment and confidence and stay with the course with that, and then really we got the realizations, understanding. So the troubles and difficulties are not always bad. And there's so many stories, really, there's so many troubles, difficulty, challenges come, and then just you got something more than what you never expected. You got the realization and understanding, discovered all that. So those are my brief stories of the teaching, and now is 11:30. If you have some questions, I'm happy to discuss a little bit, and then otherwise we do a little practice of the Kuntuzangpo prayer, right? We're doing that. You know that, yeah.
You just mentioned if we stay with the cause.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the cause of the action?
Course, the course of the practicing. Again, as I said at the beginning time, I divided into two. The externally, we focus more that benefited to our this lifetime. We more carried with that. But if we do something more deeper meaning, and that will benefit, that means practicing Dharma, practicing the such as loving kindness, the compassion, joy, and appreciation, and they really do kind of more virtues or activity that benefits to you, to the others, that will bring more joy and peace, happiness, more rewarding things in this life. But that what we developed is not going to leave behind. We really go with that. And that's what the great master Nagarjuna said. There's two individuals. And three individuals. The one individual is from the dark, following from the dark to the dark and the darknesses. And then there's another individual is from the light to lightness. And there's some individual from the dark to light, from light to the dark, one after. And we treasures our inner values and our goodness of the joy and peace, happiness and bodhicitta. That individual is truly will follow from light to light to light. Light is so, I will say, that is what I mean. Okay. Thank you. Anything? Yes?
One moment.
Thank
Khenpo, I was wondering, is there a mantra that is the cause for enlightenment that we could, as we chanted it, we could think of the cause of enlightenment?
All mantra is really good for the enlightenment. All mantra. Particularly, I think simple one is Om Mani Padme Hum. Really chant Om Mani Padme Hum, visualize or feel it bodhicitta. And chant also is a mantra, even though it's don't call the mantra, chant for immeasurable praise. May all living beings have the happiness and the cause of happiness. May all they free from the suffering, the cause of suffering. May they all have the abundance of joy, never separated from that abundances. And may they all have the great equanimity, realizations. Really, sincerely wishing those that saying that and chanting that maybe 7 times, and then chant the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. Excellent. And chant the Bhajan Guru mantra, Guru Pema Sama mantra. Other day, Liliana asked me also something to talk that there's a prediction, professors of that in the iron dog year, there could have some big troubles or changes in the world that going to happen. And that could happen, and so that to prevent those that troubles, also in that prediction mentioned, do a lot of spiritual activities. Chant the mantra of the Guru Pema Sambhava, chant the mantra of the our Lokdeshwara, and chant practice of the Vajakalaya, and particularly do the Guru Pema Sambhava. Some mantra is Om Ah Hom Bhajan Guru Pema Siddhi, that. Also, I will say chant 7 this. Of course, 7-line prayer, but chant is for immeasurable. Really chant. Wish that. That is the bodhicitta. That is a compassion. That is the heart essence of all the Buddhas. And also then, with that, meditate a little bit more, relax and meditate. And then also this patience. When we have the practitioners, we should be also more patient, not more. Sometimes, like practitioners become more sensitive than before they start the practices. That shouldn't happen. They become more really patient, more kind of like more strong, more courage in the practices. And also they should become then chant the mantra of the Chinese Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Vedangura Pema Siddhi. So prevent about those iron dog years, like professors also, that as much as you can. Okay, thank you. Anything? Yeah, please.
Don't hold it.
Hello. Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, I was wondering if we're chanting something like the, say, 4 immeasurables, or maybe 4 thoughts that turn the mind, that kind of thing. Is there any important difference between just continuing to repeat it, or saying one line and then pausing to contemplate that, If we prefer one or the other, does that matter really? Or
That's what the great master, Jiangwu, Rinpoche, of course, many of you all know, Rinpoche is one of the really famous great masters. And then as well as others too. He mentioned how you enter to the Dharma, passage of the Dharma or practice is devotion and faith. Through that, you will enter to the Dharma and the practices. So that means you not just have that and enter and then that's it. But keep the devotion, keep the faith all the time to the heart and the mind. You are in the Dharma. You have that. And then what he said. And the second, not just only him or Jamgu Kundra Rinpoche, but the other master too. The anchor or foundation stone of the Dharma is for this thought of the renunciations. And what are those four thoughts, as Rose you asked? I mean, you know. Four thoughts are joy in the appreciation of the life. This life is precious. This life is special. This life is more precious than the size of this, like diamond, like this size. Really, this is so precious. Precious. Life is precious. So joy and appreciation, but not just that, have courage and commitment. I'm going to use this life for the better purposes that benefit to me, to all the others. Really have that. That is the first anchor of the anchor or the cornerstone of Dharma. Second is the impermanent. Impermanent, there's two impermanent. Gross impermanent and subtle impermanent. Gross impermanent, we see ourselves. Oh, that's something now happened. This happened. Or the building is collapsed. Cup is broken. Or this something. Those are in Buddhism, the gross impermanent. We detect because our knowledge is so gross. We don't really detect the subtle. But because the subtle impermanent is so subtle, we don't detect. I'm sure the machine, scientific machine, will detect that everything is changing instantly. In that philosophical system, there is no really actually present existence in a way. Past is not existing that you can detect it. The future is not can detect it. Present, moment you detect, that moment is changed. It's just so fast running, more fast than the lightning. So that is our life is like that. But with that situation, something we can hold, something we can enjoy. So reflecting impermanent is the second anchor or second cornerstone or foundation stones. That or that. And the third one, cause and effect are inevitable. Whatever is the cause and condition, result that will come. Result like come like that. So that means what in the teaching said, Greek teacher Buddha said, and as well as Nagarjuna said, and also a great master Jingmil Lungpa said, I mean, this is not just only three of them. I mean, since Buddha said, all the masters, it's true. If the root is poison, the result, the fruit will be poison. If root is medicine, healing, the fruit will be medicines. So that means our thoughts, our mind are peaceful, love, action will be peaceful and love. If our thought is, mind is negative and anger and jealous, action will be negative and action of jealous and the negatives. So therefore, whatever we do that is not just only last that moment. According to the teaching, it made the footprint. It made imprint. So that's called the karma, inevitable. And that is so thoughtful with all the action is a cornerstone, anchor of the practices to ourselves. And the next one is the samsara has a trouble. Samsara has challenges. There's not everything comes exactly what we want. Even you have everything, even you have the power, it won't come exactly as it is. That's the way things are. So accept that. And remembering that is the anchor of the practice. This anchor of the practice is not just only short time. Keep that. Every practice starts with that. Is called, then really you're anchoring down, you're stabilizing your practices and not then force the obstacles that cannot destroy that. Many times the practitioners are like all that. The obstacles, those are called the demons. Demons are, as I said earlier, is not just something that strange beings comes. Demon is what? Our negative emotions, our own emotions is a demon. That is what? Ignorance, attachment, anger, jealousness. Those are reflected on the what's called? This is called the 5 obscurations by great master Nagarjuna said. The first obstacle of the practitioners or anyone actually really is when our mind is so much agitated and become wild and always craving something pleasing things all the time. Mind is not restless. Its mind is completely saturated by the demons. Negative. And with that, and then, because when you're having that thought, then it comes, what Nagarjuna said in teaching, then always feel bad. Or I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't. Or I'm sorry I did that. Kind of feel the little bit guilty or feel the kind of something that is not happening exactly because you have the expectation like to be everything exactly where you like to be. And they're not. That is another obstacles. And then kind of always violence thought. I'm not saying always, but violence thought. And kind of thought of that to kind of, oh, this person is not good, that person is not good, or they did this, that kind of recollecting of all the mistakes, the errors of the others, not looking to our own self and looking. That is another obstacles of the practitioners. And then dullness mind, sleepy, foggy, laziness, all that is obstacles of the practitioners. And always craving to the sensual pleasure objects. All the time to that. That is another obstacles of the practitioners. And so those are, Gareta Master Nagarjuna said, are the obstacles of the practitioners. Always watchful with that. And then those are the 4 corners, what I think Rosie said. And then that you can reflect those as a giant, those prayers, really beautiful prayers that in the short Hundro has, such as what's called and it's difficult to obtain it in endowment lives. So difficult. It's true. Reflecting on those thoughts for a few seconds, a few minutes, if you have time, and then everything born to the is in impermanent die. Those are reflecting each of those things. Really wonderful. A few minutes if you have time. Then there's 4 immeasurable. Again, each one, if you have time, join those and reflect in wishing that to every living being, and those are known as practicing of the what's called the wishing bodhicitta. You're putting wishing bodhicitta in action. First, we develop the bodhicitta in our heart and mind. Now you exercise that. And then that is 4 immeasurable. Those are when become stronger, then the exchanging and the others are more important than ourselves, and all those practice can do that. So those are very wonderful and excellent. Okay, thank you. Anyone? Okay, thank you. Then we do the little bit of what's called this. So I say that I said I'm sure you already saw, but for this prevent of the all the difficult things, particularly this protection, iron dog, yeah, things. If you have time, if you can do a little bit, a lot of merit, as much as meritorious activity you can do that benefit for the other beings, such as really chanting, the practicing of the best upon the bodhicitta, chanting these 4 immeasurable practices. Together with that, then 7-line prayers of the Guru Pema Sambhava, reciting the mantra of the Guru Pema Sambhava. And in the prediction, it said that individually practicing Guru Pema Sambhava, chanting the Vajan Guru mantra, or groovily chanting the Vajan Guru mantras. So if you can do those, groovily practicing Vajan Guru mantra is really wonderful and excellent. Okay. So that's.
When is the Dorje coming? About 4 years?
I think it's 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years, I think. Iron dog years. Now this year is what? Dragon, no?
Yeah.
Dragon and the love of such a swa. The love of such a swa like that you draw. Love of such a. Maybe 6 years, roughly, I think. 6 years, iron. So that is, really as much as you can. And then I think we have really a lot of pictures of Guru Pema Sama, no, in a box. There's a lot of box.
Photos of
Where are they? In the storeroom?
Big one came, no? Many boxes came.
Boxes of Guru imagery. Do you have any boxes put away for us in the lotus room?
I'm not aware.
Oh, really? Then in Pema we have, no?
I will go look.
No boxes came? Oh, wow. Wow, but we really, many ones, I think, in devotees in Taiwan, they really published so many Guru Rinpoche's images, and they send us too, and Pema Samye, and a lot of boxes in Guru Pema Sambhava. It has mantra, it has images, and if you do that, kind of keep that and put those in the different kind of nice areas, in the teaching said it will help to balance the element and balance then also help balance of the human mentalities too. Okay, thank you. Then you have the Kuntuzangpo prayer. Okay, then we do the Kuntuzangpo prayer. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in joining. And now we do the Kuntuzangpo prayer. And this is very powerful prayer, as you all know, and it's really chant this and relax our mind in that's body, the status, and chanting this as much. Then. Okay, we chant in English, and we're going to chant in this colophon, which is page page 23 maybe, or 23, but colophon. First we chant the colophon and then we go back to the page 1. And today is a full moon. Full moon is a very special time to do visualize the Chinese and chant this prayer, thinking of we're chanting that heard by all the beings of 6 realms. Thus it said, from the 12th shows the unimpeded realization of Buddha in a great perfection. This is the 9th chapter, the prayer that will lead sentient beings in life that sit without any choices. All appearance of phenomena and possibilities have one source, but two sides. A miracle of knowing and unknowing. This is the prayer of the Kuntuzangpo. May all beings have realized the perfect enlightened state. In the palace of the Dharma, the source of everything is uncompounded, self-arising, infinitely inconceivable, beyond the level of samsara and nirvana. Knowing this suchness is Buddhahood. Unknowing is the wonder and the compulsory. May all beings of the 3 realms realize the nature of the inconceivable soul. Furthermore, Kuntuzangpo proclaimed, nature of the source of the 3 forms. The source is realized by the spontaneously arising awareness. It is not named by the errors and exaggerations such as inside and outside. It is not obscured by the darkness of the mindlessness. Therefore, there is no stain of the mistaken perception. Cultivate this fresh expression in awareness, and the 3 worlds are free from the fear and the terror. Unattachment to the part object of the sensorial pleasure. Self-arising awareness is free from the discordant thought. Solid form in the 5 organs. The radiating clarity of the awareness is unceasing. This single nature is 5-fold wisdom. The action is the 5-fold wisdom is the 5 primordial Buddhas. When this wisdom expanded for 2000 years, the express of the power of the 5 Buddhas bring forth 6 helikas. Ordinary awareness is never diluted. I'm the primordial Buddha. By the power of the prayer, may all beings in the 3 realms of the samsara recognize the self-arising awareness and the expanding capacity of the great wisdom. May the revelation are unceasing, inconceivable believings of the emanation of the other spirit. Help us indeed. By my powerful perfection prayer, may all beings of the 3 realms be liberated from the way of the 6 directions. In the beginning, the illusion arises in the sentient being. When the awareness of the source is perverted, the mind becomes numb in the dark. In the words ignorance and causes instantly one thought wanders endlessly one. This begets the I and other, friend and enemy, and through clinging these become the habitual. Descending from the comes results in the increasing affliction of the prime person. There is no end to the activity of the 5 organs. So the soul of the delusion in the sentence is a numb, dull mind born of the forgotten. I'm the Buddha by the power of the right prayer. All beings clarity then know through the
The only one we have is this very thin one. It's 20 or 30 sets, 50 sets, 100 sets.
That's really.
You want to give them to me?
Yeah, to everyone.
Later, they come up to you.
What?
Give them out later.
Yeah, later. Oh, come on.
This is just one like this, but all of these sets.
powerful habitual patterns: food, clothing, wealth, place, companionship, the five desirable sensory objects and loving relations, being anxious and possessed by desire in these objects. This is the darkness of the world. There is no end to dualistic activity. The ripened fruit of attachment is birth as a hungry ghost, who suffers unrelenting poverty and expectation. To be born in this state of hunger and thirst is terrible. I am the Buddha. By my powerful prayer, may all beings engulfed by desire and attachment neither reject desire's pleasure nor accept its sorrow, but relax mind into its own state, restore self-refreshing awareness, and realize discriminating wisdom. When external phenomena arise, there is subtle fear internally, which gradually develops into the habitual pattern. Increasingly powerful attachment to enemies leads to violence and murder, the agony of burning and boiling in hell. I am the Buddha. By my powerful prayer, may all sentient beings of the six realms no longer cling to enemies of anger or vices, but relax their own mind, restore self-refreshing awareness, and realize mirror-like wisdom. A conceited mind will criticize and challenge others. This is how strong pride develops. One will suffer the experience of incessant quarreling and fighting.
When the fruit of this action minds, one born in the realm will experience quarreling and transfer. I am the Buddha, by my powerful prayer, may all conceited beings ease their mind into its own state, restore self-refreshing awareness, and realize equanimity wisdom. The habitual pattern that develops when dualistic perceptions increase. It is the presence of and belittle others. From this unpleasantness comes increasing jealousy, rivalry, quarreling, and fighting, which leads to birth as an intelligent Buddha. The result is to fall into hell. I am the Buddha. By my powerful prayer, may beings with increasing competitive thoughts, quarrel and fight, no longer cling to enemies, but relax their own mind, restore self-refreshing awareness, and realize all-accomplishing wisdom. Being mindless and distracted, foggy, dull, forgetful, and unconscious causes laziness and ignorance to increase. The result is to wander helplessly in the animal realm. I am the Buddha. By my powerful prayer, may those who wander in the darkness of ignorance awaken the radiant clarity of mindfulness, and by the power of this realize the wisdom of Dharma. All sentient beings of the three realms share the same basic nature. By lacking mindfulness and wandering aimlessly, they perform actions that are no meaning. These types of actions are like deluded dreams. I am the primordial Buddha. In order to tame the beings of the six realms by animation and display, I, Kuntuzangpo Practice, may all sentient beings without exception reach perfect enlightenment in the palace of Dharma. Ah-ho! Hereafter, when a powerful yogi or yogini, with clear radiating awareness without delusion, performs this powerful prayer, all those who hear it will reach enlightenment after 3 births, at the time of the eclipse of the sun or moon, when the sky thunders, during the earthly solstices or the changing of the year. At these times, visualize yourself as Kuntuzangpo and recite this prayer that will be heard by everyone. Do this for the beings of the 6 realms. In performance of this prayer by yogis and yoginis will release suffering, and eventually all beings will reach Buddhahood. Okay, we do now 2 minutes silent meditation, and then we dedicate the merit. Now we dedicate the merit page.
Do we want to do the burnt offering practice or do it later?
Oh, okay. Okay, then burning, you have already prepared?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then we do. And then we are going to do this chanting some mantras. Here's like the names of the individuals, those different people who deceased or want to praise. I believe mostly deceased. And so we are doing some prayers and also join we just chant the mantras. Okay? Yeah. And the page, yeah, mantra group that, and the mantra start. Okay, mantra started from in this booklet, page 78. So you look through, and maybe the order is slightly different, but we chant the mantra, and here's the word green booklet. Booklet here. Okay. Oh yeah, then okay, okay.
For these individuals in the Bardo, Jeannie Florin, Scott Starkweather, Layla, and Gravazio Kulenga. Removing disease and obstacles and increasing well-being and fulfillment in life. Ardith McKay, Dorian, Karam Ibrahim, Fatima, Pamela Stansbury, Andy Iroha and Ray, Vicky Anastasi, Wendy and Lois, Maris Abelson, Joseph R. Legan, Joseph F. Legan, Walker Joseph Caldwell, Ashley Michelle Caldwell, Hannah Amalum, Charles Lang, Shane, Stephen Hathaway, and Gabe Abelson. Thank you.
Okay. So all people ask to do pray, and then taking away everyone. Okay, we do this pray, and the page start with with the Buddha. The Buddha prays, but most of the time we chant the mantra. We're going to chant the mantra. Okay, so we won't chant. So page mantra. So maybe we just do the Buddha prayers in praise this Buddha prayer, and then we chant them all mantras. The great compassionate one accepted this Dublin legend in the war and met 500 aspirations. You are praised as white lotus. Whoever hears your name will not return to samsara. Most gracious teacher, I pay homage to you. Teyada mune mune mahamuna yeso ateya. Mune mune mahamuna yeso. Teyada mune mune mahamuna yeso ateya. Mune mune mahamuna yeso. Mune mune mamuni so 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 mune mune mamuni. Oh, mane mane mamane so mane mane mamane so mane mane mam. Oh, mane mane mamane so ma. In benan gore be ma se de home. Ma. Oh, in benan gore be ma se de home. Ma. Oh, in benan be ma se de home. Madangur pasan, 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 madangur. Oh, madangur pasan, 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 madangur. Oma in bedangur be ma se de home. Dare du dare so. Dare du dare so. Dare du dare so. Dare du dare so. Dare du 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 dare so. Nobody, Dharma, please watch over us. Protect us from all suffering fields. Noble Lady Tara, please watch over us. Protect us from all suffering fields. Noble Lady Tara, protect all suffering fields. Om ahoim benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. Om ahoim benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. Om ahong benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. Page 58. Echo this green booklet. Om benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. 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 Om benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. Benangara bima sede ayoke hong nenza. Ayoke honenza amananza vindezo 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 Mary is Buddha. Te adom bekende mahabe kandaranda saminga deso. Te adom bekende mahabe kandaranda saminga deso. Te adom bekende mahabe. Ne dom bekende mahabe kandaranda saminga bekende mahabe kandaranda saminga bekende mahabe. Te begin mom, te begin maha begin aranda sam gade so menji kiri om arabada na de om arabada na. Arabada na de 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 arabada. Oh arabada na de arabada na de arabada arabada na de arabada na de arabada. Oh arabada na de om wang sharma om wang sharma om wang sharma om wang sharma om wang Oh, Manga Sharma, Manga Sharma, Manga Sharma, oh, Manga Sharma, Manga Sharma. Oh, Manga Sharma, oh, Manga Sharma, Dorje, page 67. Oh, Om Basadarana, so, Om Badarana, 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 so, Om Badarana. Om Badarana, so, 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 Badarana. Om Basadarane so Om Zambala Dalida 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 so Om Bagramahatanaye Burka Burka Mamale Utsama Toda Om Toria Toria so Oye Bagrama Danaye Burza Bragama Utsama Tola Bayatoria Doria so Bagrama Danaye Burka Burza Mama Utsama Toda Humbe Toria Toria so Oye Bagrama Danaye Burza Bragama Toda Humbe Toria Toria so Hung turning the well of Dharma in the land with Devaki, looking always on the beings with the eye of compassion, protecting sentient beings just as you are. I pay homage to Amitabha who abide in the equanimity of Buddha. Ami Devare, Ami Devare, Ami Devare. Ami Devare, 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 Om Deva Re Om Mane Beme Home Om Mane Beme Home Om Mane Beme Om Mane Beme Home Om Mane Beme Home Om Mane Beme Om Mane Beme Home Om Banner Bane Home Om Banner Bane Home Om Banner Bane Home Om Banner Bane 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 Om Ami Devare 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 Ami Devare. Now age 73. Emaho.
To ascend to a God body great in power, surrounded by countless witnesses, there bliss is wondrous beyond any measure. In that celestial pure land known as there was Pema,
Instantly realizing the other
passed from this life,
without being detained by any other person. We take breakfast and
see on countless faces.
but this world is alive.
May all this with in 10 directions. Grant their blessings so this happens to have any reasons.
Tiyata Pinzende Awam Bodhana Yeso Tiyata Pinzende Awam Bodhana Yeso Tiyata Pinzende Awam Bodhana Yeso Namurene Traya Om Kenkane Rosane Prasane Pradahana Sarva Karma Parambar Nime Sarva Sado Ninda Soha Namurena Traya Om Kenkane Rosane Prasane Pradahana Sarva Karma Parambar Nime Sarva Sado Ninda Soha Namurena Traya Om Kenkane Rosane Pradahana Sarva Karma Paramba Nime Sarva Sadone Daso Namore Nataya Om Kenkane Rosane Pradahana Sarva Karma Paramba Nime Sarva Sad Ninja Soha Om Bandra Sadom Om Bandra Sadom Om Bandra Om Bandra Sado Hong page 77 Guru Rinpoche, Buddha of the three times, Deva Khenpo, Lord with all accomplishment, great blessing. Dundra Thakur, wrath Almighty, subdue with all the negative, destroyer of the all obstacles. I pray to you, bless us, and pacify our alien secret obstacles. Bless us with all our aspirations, for Om in Bedran Gurab Masidi Home, in Bedran Gurab Masidi Home, in Bedran Gurab Om Bedran Gurab Masidi in Bedran Gurab Masidi Om Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Pai Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Pai Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Pai Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Pai Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Pai Aka Samarata Shandara Samaraya Aka Samarada 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 Shandara Samaraya Om Guru Guru Re So Om Guru Guru Re So Om Guru Guru Re So Om Guru Guru 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 Om Guru Guru So Om Guru Guru So Bama Samye Samye De 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 Ngero Samye Tadu Kunji Saja Sambakara Sarveta Da Kunyang Monon Number Samye Neba Nyon Ne Rone Na Malu Ta The New Woman Pino So The Sangha The Jin But the Count of Sumalon Yes Samye Ngai Emedema Yormadan Murajo, Devajin, the Mata, subject of the Community in the Kanita, Drova on the Mo, Teta Jeda and another Now we dedicate the merit, the page, page 180, 53, page 158 in the one booklet, and the one booklet is 110. 10 is which your book you have. Okay. Urjin Sanje Namongoro, Urjin Sanje Nyungarpa, Zim, Dunjo Sanje, Pema, Yeba, Joya, Larian, Durzang, Yurzon de Ankolo Samji, Namtra de Mara, Joy, Kare, Ravi, Kurve, Shingas, Penda Deva Malu, Juene, Jeres, White, Jamsoy. Garje Barado Danger Je Kunjo Sasan Delje Kundi Ba Wanda and the Bemesano. Tende Ye Dorje Kutse Denduaton Tara Samarai Jo so I don't to some Dong Hing Sun Dear to you. Page number is now 156, 163 in the 100.
Or 113.
113. Yeah.
163 in the Lodge book and 113 in the
Yeah.
yellow book.
Yeah. 113. One I think which you, and another one is 163. Okay. By this merit may all obtain on me. When they defeat the enemy wrongdoing. From the stormy west, but the Lord in the sickness and death. From the ocean of the companion may I pray all beings.
May the sole source of benefit and happiness, the Buddha's teachings remain for a long time.
May the victory of the lives of noble ones and the whole world of the teachings remain for
May all the temples and monasteries, all the readings and recitations of Dharma flourish. May the Sangha always be in harmony, and may our aspirations be achieved. The sole remedy for the suffering of sentient beings, the source of every joy is the teachings. May it remain honorably upheld and flourish for a long time. May all the numberless beings who are sick be quickly freed from sickness. May all the afflictions of sentient beings never again arise. May all sentient beings always be joyful. May all births into the lower realms cease forever. May the wishes of all the bodhisattvas and all movements swiftly reach fruition. At this very moment, for the peoples and nations of the earth, may not even the names disease, family, war, and suffering be heard, but rather may pure conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise. The precious bodhicitta in those without it may be generated. In those who have it may never diminish, but always continue increasing. Throughout the succession of lives into which I shall be born, may I attain the 7 qualities of the upper realms of existence. May I meet the Dharma immediately after taking birth, and have the freedom to practice accordingly. May I please the holy lamas and practice Dharma day and night. By understanding the Dharma and practicing its inmost essence, in that life may I cross the ocean of samsara. In samsara may I expound the excellent holy doctrine. May I not become bored and tired of accomplishing the benefit of others. By my own tremendous and partial service to others, may everyone attain good together. May the Buddha's feet of the Guru who glorifies the teachings be firm. May the noble ones who hold the teachings encompass the earth. May the prosperity and dominion of the patrons of the teachings increase. May the teachings of auspiciously remain for a long time. May the secret treasures of all the victorious ones, great conversations and teachings, arise as the sun in the sky, gloriously pervading the entire universe. Nectar essence of all the teachings of the victorious ones, great charioteers, secret guarded and the teachings of the early translation school, emanation of the lineage of Samye Yeshe, great Samye, may your profound treasure pervade the entire world. May the soul serve path of all the Buddhas, the supreme vehicle of the great perfection, unanimously praised by all the victorious ones. The early translation school tradition of the kingdom of the victorious ones, Padma, the conqueror's doctrine pervade auspiciously throughout all directions. May the great tradition of Khenpo Tsewang Dongyal Rinpoche, Dharma increase and spread throughout the three-realm world. May the appearance of the three jewels and the light streams of beings remain inseparable and bring sublime well-being throughout the three times. Deity, Mantra, Dharma, Fire, are the nature of appearance, sound, and awareness, the pervasive fire and wisdom display of the Buddhas. May practitioners of the profound and secret great perfection remain inseparable from the innermost one-taste awareness of wisdom.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for participating in the Tashidelis and the best wishes to you all and very, very happy holidays. Really. Thank you. Really wish you happy, healthy, and very, very peaceful in the fulfillment. In that context, then we see you again. Thank you, okay? Thank you, everyone, for participating. Tashidelis. Thank you.